Ollie stood in the middle of the city where he had left his life behind 10 years ago. The city still looked the same, but something had changed. The old street now felt unfamiliar, as though someone had tried to erase his memories. Every path reminded him of his past, but something was holding him back. Could he find the lost memories he was searching for? Could he reclaim his life? This is the beginning, brought to you by the offline story. Ollie gazed at his old house, still standing as it once had. The door had aged, but he opened it slowly. The inside looked the same, yet something was missing. His mother's picture, which had always been there, was gone. Ollie wondered what could have happened. Why had he forgotten about it? Had the house lost its soul? What was the secret hidden within? The offline story will keep you hooked to the mystery ahead. The inside of the house was like an old story, but something was missing. Ollie searched every room, trying to recall every corner, but the picture of his mother was nowhere to be found. The last time he had seen it, something had changed. Was the house different, or was it just a hidden truth? Could the walls of this place have changed, or was there another mystery? Stay tuned as the offline story reveals the truth. Fatima, Ollie's sister, appeared before him like an old photograph. Ollie said, Fatima, it and #039, me, Ollie, but Fatima's eyes held no recognition. My brother died 10 years ago, she said in surprise. Ollie felt as if the world had turned upside down. His sister, who had always stood by him, now felt like a stranger. How could this be? Was this all real, or was it a hidden truth? The offline story presents a twist you won't forget. Ollie said, Fatima, I'm your brother, Fatima looked at him, but her eyes were filled with confusion. My brother died a long time ago, she replied. Ollie's heart sank, but he held himself together. Something was wrong in the house, but what exactly? The picture that had always been a part of his memories was now gone. Fatima's face no longer seemed familiar. Had Ollie ever truly understood his own life? The offline story unveils the truth layer by layer. Ollie felt the absence of his mother's old picture. There were no images on the walls. Could it be that they had really lost it, or had someone intentionally hidden it? Everything around him was old, but there was something hidden in this house that Ollie couldn't comprehend. Every object had a meaning, but Ollie couldn't figure it out. Could someone really erase memories from his life so thoroughly? The offline story takes you deeper into the mystery. As Ollie sat with Fatima, he became lost in his old memories. He wondered how their lives had changed. Fatima asked him, "Are you really telling the truth?" Ollie replied, "Yes, but something is wrong." He couldn't understand what was real and what was an illusion. The house seemed to revive memories, each moment and object holding its own story. Follow the offline story to uncover the truth. Fatima placed an old letter from their mother in front of Ollie. As Ollie opened the letter and read it, his face showed disbelief. Their mother had written, "If Ollie ever returns, tell him that things are not the way he thinks." Was this true? Was there something his mother had said that Ollie had never understood? Was it true that he had really died? The offline story slowly reveals the hidden past. Ollie left the house and headed toward the city. His heart was heavy, but his mind was even more confused. Was he really alive? The letter from his mother was telling him that there were truths he hadn't yet understood. In the streets of the city, a new beginning awaited, but the truth still needed to be uncovered. Was his destiny really what he thought it was? The offline story continues the deepening mystery. Ollie stopped near an old shop. Inside, an elderly man looked at him in surprise. "You've come back," he said. Ollie wanted to ask him everything but couldn't find the words. The old man's face held a lost secret. He seemed to know something, but Ollie couldn't get the answers he needed. Stay tuned to the offline story for the shocking truths ahead. Ollie sat with the elderly man in the shop. The man didn't speak much, but his eyes said it all. Ollie felt a strange connection, as if the man knew more about his past than he did. End quote. Why did you say that? End quote, Ollie finally asked. The old man looked down and replied, end quote, some things are better left unsaid, end quote. Ollie was confused. Was the man trying to protect him or hide something? The mystery was growing deeper, and Ollie could feel that the answers were just out of reach. End quote. The offline story, end quote, keeps you on the edge of mystery. The old man handed Ollie an old key. End quote. This belongs to the past, end quote, he said. Ollie took the key with trembling hands, unsure of its significance. Where did it fit? Was it the key to the mystery he was trying to solve? Ollie and hashtag 039's heart raced as he turned it over in his mind, thinking of every locked door, every hidden room in the house. What was being kept from him? He was closer than ever, yet the truth still felt like a distant dream. End quote. The offline story, end quote, leads Ollie closer to his destiny. Back at the house, Ollie searched for anything that could give him more answers. In the attic, he found an old diary, dusty and forgotten. As he opened it, he saw his mother's handwriting. The entries were filled with pain and sorrow. She wrote about a secret that had to be kept hidden, something that could destroy everything. Ollie's heart skipped a beat. What had she been hiding? Why was this secret so dangerous? End quote. The offline story, end quote, reveals the painful past that must be uncovered. Ollie met with his distant relatives to search for answers. They seemed distant and uncomfortable, as if they were hiding something from him. When he mentioned his mother's diary, their faces changed. End quote. Some things are best forgotten, end quote, one of them said quickly. Ollie's frustration grew. Why wouldn't they tell him the truth? The more he searched for answers, the more they closed off. The family he once knew now felt like strangers. End quote. The offline story, end quote, shows the walls of secrecy growing higher. Late one night, Ollie went back to the old shop to ask the man for more answers. This time, the man's face was grave. End quote. Your past isn't what you think it is, end quote, he said in a low voice. End quote. You've been living in a lie, end quote. Ollie's world began to crumble. What did the old man mean? What was he hiding from him? The truth was beginning to feel unbearable, but Ollie couldn't stop himself. He had to know the truth, no matter the cost. End quote. The offline story, end quote, pushes Ollie toward a shocking revelation. Ollie's memories started to resurface. He remembered the river. The night he had drowned. But something was off. He remembered the water pulling him down, but then everything went dark. How was he still alive? Was he really the same person who had died in that river? Was he a ghost, living a life that wasn't his own? Ollie's mind was spinning with questions, but there were no answers. End quote. The offline story. One evening, a mysterious woman knocked on Ollie's door. She introduced herself as an old friend of his mother. End quote. I knew the truth, but I couldn't tell you, end quote, she said, her voice trembling. Ollie invited her in, hoping she would finally provide the answers he desperately sought. She spoke of a terrible accident, a life lost, and a decision made to protect him. Ollie's heart raced. Could this be the key to everything? End quote. The offline story, end quote, opens the door to painful truths, end quote. As the woman spoke, everything started to fall into place. Ollie realized that his mother had sacrificed everything to keep him alive, even if it meant erasing his past. She had made a choice to save him, but at the cost of his memories. He had died that night, but she had found a way to bring him back, giving him a second chance at life. Ollie's mind was in chaos, but now, at least he understood what had happened. End quote. The offline story, end quote, reveals the heartbreaking sacrifice, end quote. Ollie stood at the river, staring at the waters that had once claimed his life. His memories were flooding back. He now knew the truth: he wasn't supposed to be here. He had been brought back to life by a miracle, but at what cost? His old self was lost, and the person standing here now was a stranger. The woman's words echoed in his ears, end quote, You can never go back, end quote. Ollie felt torn. Was he ready to leave his past behind and embrace the life he had now? End quote. The offline story, end quote, leaves Ollie with the hardest decision, end quote. Ollie decided to walk away from the past. The memories that had haunted him would remain buried. He couldn't change what had happened, but he could shape the life he had now. The city that once felt unfamiliar now seemed like a place he could call home. As he walked forward, the weight of his past lifted. The person he had been was gone, but the person he was becoming was ready for whatever came next. End quote. The offline story, end quote, concludes with a new beginning, end quote.